Welcome to the Athletes Unlimited Softball League presented by Nike. We are in the land of the Sooners, Norman, Oklahoma, for some AUSL action at one of the finest facilities in the world for softball. Love's Field, newly built just a year ago, and a few Sooners making their return. Sid Romero finished her career here in 2019. She's a part of the Talons team. On the other side, two Sooners that will face off with her. Tiare Jennings, who just finished up a four-time national championship career here in 2024, as well as one of the most popular players in the league, Sam Landry, who finished her college career at Oklahoma, for the 8-time national champion head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, Patty Gasso, who joins us tonight in the booth, as well as the two-time All-American Amanda Scarborough. I'm Chucky Kempf. Coach, with all that being said, the AUSL, some of your former players here, how special is this night?
It's very special to me to see them perform, to see these fans, all the Sooner fans and others, many others out. And getting this vantage point. I'm really excited, and thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, we're so excited to be able to have you. And I know that you've seen a lot of home runs hit on this field from your Sooners, and we actually have the best home run hitting team playing in this game, that being the Talons. They've already hit 14, and it's been the timing of when their home runs have been hit that has stuck out. The last time that we had them on air and saw them play, they hit 2 home runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, one by Allie Shipman-Shrout, a 2-run shot, and then the walk-off 2-run bomb by Charlize Palacios. This is a team that hits home runs all throughout their lineup. 10 different players have home runs, and they know how to do it late in games from come from behind victories.
They lead the league in on-base percentage, runs scored. They strike out the least, and this is that dangerous lineup. Hannah Flippen, somebody who's going to be playing for Coach Gasso for Team USA, in the 3 spot. The shortstop hitting .462 with a couple home runs and 10 RBIs. All of them came in a 3-game set last week against the Blaze, and then the dangerous Tori Vidales right behind her in the cleanup spot. In the circle, a debut for Sam Shao from East Bernard, Texas, and she makes her debut on the home of the Sooners field. Played her college ball at Texas A&M, but finished as a 3rd-team All-American as a senior at Oklahoma State, just arrived from Japan.
Yeah, excited to watch her get the start and pitch in the AUSL for the first time. It's going to be a new look for this Talons team. Nobody has seen her recently.
Gets to face off with a very dangerous left-handed hitter, Sierra Sacco, for the Talons, having a tremendous rookie season out of Romero, Louisiana. Played her last 2 years of college ball at Mississippi State. Two pitches missing close for Shao to start off this game.
I'll throw in here that Sacco really crushed the Sooners when she came to Norman, so I know what she's made of, and she is a very strong hitter, pull hitter too.
Sacco added that power to her game in one of her final collegiate seasons, somebody who just keeps getting better and better. Did you learn anything about how to attack her?
God, we threw about everything of it. She just absolutely hit one of the deepest right field home runs I've seen. So, I mean, she's hard to stop.
Well, especially, too, you have to worry about her power, and then she has so much speed, too. She can easily lay down a bunt and make the corners stay on their toes. But, I mean, that power that she added late in her career has been really special, and it's translated to the pro level.
Hitters count 3-1. Takes strike 2.
I watched her in BP a little bit, and she was in some shorts, and I'm looking at the body of an elite athlete, and that is showing in her performances.
Lightly recruited out of high school and has just progressed every year of college. Here she is, right on cue. A base hit into right field.
Coach, you were just talking about this power to the right side. Gets a pitch that was starting to make its way outside, pulls it to the right side, but she can, that view from center field looked a little bit different than that pitch that actually was on the inner half, and then she was able to just crush. She was on time with that. She is such a good leadoff hitter.
4 for 10 as a leadoff this season, and now Charlize Palacios, who had that big swing to walk it off against the Bandits earlier this week in Wichita. Charlize, the 9th overall pick, the 2nd position player selected behind the Volts left fielder Amanda Lorenz.
I think it's hard to run on any of these catchers, but if anyone can, Sacco can, and the way she gets on, the way she leads this game off is already giving momentum to the Talons.
Off the handle, Sacco was going, and Scott has it. 1 out.
Well, I'm sure Sam Shao is feeling some nerves too, Coach. Just being a cowgirl playing here in Norman and her first AUSL start. So in front of some not hostile fans, they actually clapped for her when her name got called out. There were no boos. You said your guys' fans support her, but she has to be feeling some nerves at her first start.
I would think so, and I hope she doesn't feel uncomfortable coming to Norman, because this is a whole different ball game. I mean, you're either for one team or the other, and because you have Tiari Jennings on your team, you're going to get a lot of cheers.
Inside ball 2. Hannah Flippen having a spectacular season, a long-time pro. This is her 6th year with Athletes Unlimited in the past iterations of the league. She's played in the NPF. She played in Japan as well and has played internationally and will do so again at the World Games in August. Up and in, ball 3.
You know, Hannah Flippen is one of the best leaders I've ever seen, and I got to work with USA Softball, and that's one thing besides her skill is her leadership. And I think she's probably doing that for this team right now.
It's one of the big stories with the league. Everybody's so new as Flippen walks with 1 out, but so many new faces. You'll have to do that with Team USA as well. How do you get that kind of climate at the right temperature when you do see a lot of new faces come together?
I think it just give really clear messaging and what we're trying to do as a team. I got to get them cohesive and working together as quickly as possible.
2 on for Tori Vidales. Watches that pitch outside.
Oh, it's already early in this game, and coming from a pitcher perspective here, Coach, this is a tight zone to these good hitters. This AUSL just offense across the board, across the league, is high potent offense, and pitchers have to get called
up the middle. Vidales comes through. Mackenzie Clark coming in. The throw is a little bit off target. Sacco using the wheels to come around from second.
That's a timely hit, pretty clutch. Opportunity just to throw off a little bit.
Tori Vidales, sometimes she's so good at having these short swings when she needs it. And she has a lot of power too, but her power comes from a short, compact swing that she's had ever since she played at Texas A&M.
I've seen those big swings too.
Oh yeah, she's so clutch.
I'm sure it feels nice to have that run on the board in the first. Any team would feel that spark, for sure.
I've got a young pitcher going today too. Raylan Chafin, the rookie from Mississippi State, will get the start for the Talons. I'll try to add some more. Caroline Jacobsen off to a really good start this season in Tallahassee, Florida, in her 3rd year as a pro. 10th round pick, hitting .435.
You keep looking up, and Shao's unfortunately finding herself in these 2-0, 2-1 counts. Coach, when you have those tighter strike zones and your pitcher runs off in between innings, or you have those meetings, what's your biggest message there when you have a tight zone?
I think it's just reiterating confidence and trusting your stuff. If we can get something down on the ground, shoot us a double play ball. That's what we're looking for. And you got an infield that can do it. So if we can get a ground ball here, you can find your way back into the dugout.
2-1 upstairs, 3-1.
You know, we thought Rachel Garcia was going to get the start. She was the projected starter when those came out earlier today. And then the lineup comes out and Sam Shao gets the start. Kelly Kretschmann going with her, just thinking about how hot the Talons offense has been. And nobody has seen Sam Shao. Also, Garcia's been throwing a lot. Give her another day's rest. Or you could easily bring her in.
There's Rachel Garcia at first base. For the Sooner fans watching right now, Sam Landry, it's a Sunday start for her, isn't it?
Yeah, that's projected as it is right now.
I'm looking forward to that.
She did have a moment in the dugout today, and Mackenzie Clark was joking with her because she kind of walked off the step awkwardly, and Mackenzie Clark's like, come on, this is your home. What are you doing here?
Yeah, well, Sam Landry blamed that on me for some reason. She looked up at me and rolled her ankle, so I'll wear it. I'll wear it for her.
It's a great coach right there, taking responsibility. Another one up the middle. Romero couldn't quite knock it down. Flippen is going to come in. Clark with a mistake in center field. Cost the Volts another run.
These are all very, very close plays to be made just off the tip of the glove, but the balls are being hit hard enough to get through, and that's the important part here. It doesn't have to go off the wall or over the fence. If you can get balls free with runners on, you're going to find a way to score.
Sierra's played a little bit of right field this year, back in her natural position, and ball just rolled right under the glove of Mackenzie Clark. Sam Shaw in a tough spot with just one out and still runners at the corners.
I'm really impressed with Ali Aguilar as well. Her age, she's gotten better.
Longtime pro out of Washington. Takes strike 2. Finished her college career in 2017. She's been doing this a long time. Was on that silver medal team in 2020.
Takes a lot of discipline to keep yourself in shape.
Had some big swings this year. That's ball 1. Couple home runs for Aguilar. She's walked 7 times too. Such a disciplined hitter.
Still looking for that double play potentially.
Jacobsen on first, Vidales at third, and there's ball 2. Aguilar fighting back in the count.
Can we send the runner?
Are you going to send her?
I would.
Little first and third play. I know every team that I've been on loves practicing first and third plays.
Forever, right? You might get one in a game, but I'll tell you why I would is because I have a lead and I have a lot of momentum, so I really don't have a lot to lose. I would be a lot more aggressive.
3-2 ground ball, and they might get out of this.
Jennings
on second. There's Tiara Jennings. Big play defensively for the former Sooner.
That has got to feel so good for Sam Shaw, the Bolts, to get out of there with a tailor-made double play by Tiara Jennings, the former Sooner.
Let's go.
2-0 start for the Talons, feeling real good, but the Bolts offense has a ton of pop in it. A couple of those bats right there, Rachel Garcia and Sierra Romero, trying to rally the troops and respond. There's Amanda Lorenz, one of the best hitters on the planet. That's who will lead it off for the Volts. Mia Scott behind her out of Texas, and then Tiara Jennings in the 3-hole, having a great season in her first year with Athletes Unlimited. Sierra Romero down there, former National Player of the Year, hitting .360 with 11 total bases on the season. Always one to keep an eye on as well as they go up against a rookie pitcher from Bossier City, Louisiana, one of 2 Mississippi State draft picks this year for the AUSL. Raylan Chafin, 2-1, one of just 2 pitchers on the year so far with 2 wins, and led the SEC with 23 this season.
And she's been really good as a pro so far. In her 10 innings, she's only given up 1 extra base hit, so she's been difficult to hit off of and barrel up for power. She served her well against a powerful Volts lineup tonight.
Amanda Lorenz hitting .360, but just 1 extra base hit for her. Still leads this team with 9 total hits on the season. It takes ball 1 from Raylan Chafin.
Amanda is part of the U.S. team, or the pool, and is going to China, so I'm really excited to watch her in person tonight.
You've seen a lot of Amanda Lorenz over the years, and we always talk about her as one of the best. What stands out most about how she plays the game?
Just timely, clutch, offensively. Just anytime we would go ahead, she would always come back on us. So just love her tenacity.
Behind in the count, 1-2 to Chafin. Chafin really became a part of the Taryn Mowat-McKinney coaching tree this year. The 1 season under Taryn at Mississippi State. We've seen that changeup really take shape, and they've had a great relationship in their 1 year together. Taryn made the trip to Chattanooga to catch up with the 2 Mississippi State stars, Sierra Sacco and Raylan Chafin.
I got to give a shout out to Sam Ricketts for creating such great athletes out of Mississippi State.
One of your former players. That is one thing with Sam. You just feel like the culture there is outstanding. Her players love playing for her.
Yeah, it's interesting because she came here so quiet, and to see who she is now and leading women is just really touches my heart, always.
Full count upstairs. Amanda Lorenz walks for the 7th time this season.
Well, Chucky, you mentioned that changeup that Raylan Chafin will throw. It's, in my opinion, her best pitch. It has the lowest batting average against it at just a 231 clip, and a pitch that she will throw the most alongside her screwball. But a really even mix between her changeup, screw, rise, curve. Very even mix side to side, a little bit up in the zone with that rise ball that will complement her changeup down.
Mia Scott's first AB of the night.
I am so excited to see Mia get in this league. She was one of the toughest outs throughout her entire career for the Sooners and probably for everyone. And she's a national championship, won a national championship.
Had a tremendous tournament at the Women's College World Series, part of the all-tournament team, the Grand Slam in Game 3 that really kind of put an end to that game early.
I felt like she never got enough attention in her career. Accolades, I should say. I think from those close to the game, high respect.
Reaching there, Flippen taking control, 1 out.
But you guys, for what she was able to do in her 4-year career at Texas, defensively, offensively, with her speed, power, clutchness, I mean, I just never felt like she got enough attention from the outside looking in. And she's another player that needs it.
The crowd into it. You hear it for a reason. Tiare Jennings, a 4-time national champion here at Oklahoma, stepping in. Already 3 home runs on the season, 10 RBIs.
Is it okay that my heart is pounding a little bit?
Yes. And it's even better that you told us that your heart is pounding. We want to know these things.
But I do, my heart pounds for other athletes as well. But this is exciting.
Takes strike 1. Tiare just had a ridiculous career. 4-time first-team All-American, the National Freshman of the Year in 2021. Hit 98 home runs and drove in 314 runs.
That's special.
You
Inside.
just don't hear those numbers very often at all. I mean, you look at those numbers and you're like, are those correct?
About anybody here, you can say that about. We was talking about Mia Scott. Her numbers are off the charts as well.
2-1. Yeah, to stand out among this pool of athletes is pretty special, and Tiare Jennings is one of them that does stand out. And she came back this year. She was a GA for you, too.
She still is. I think I have her for life.
Up the middle, smoked by Jennings. Hit number 1 of the weekend. Back home for Tiare Jennings.
I apologize for my sound effects, but When you see a hard hit ball off anybody's bat, it's kind of fun to watch if you're a fan of the sport. But really proud of Tiare and what she's bringing to the pro league as a freshman here.
Oklahoma head coach Patty Gasso, Amanda Scarborough, and Chucky Kemp in the booth. Savannah Collins down on the field with you tonight. First of 4 games this weekend in Norman, Oklahoma.
You forgot the 5th member of our team, the son.
Yes, that's...
alongside us for another hour or so, I think.
0-1. Big swing from Deja Mulipola.
Great opportunity for Deja to even it up, or at least try to get a run on the board.
She just got back this week, playing her 2nd year professionally in the Japan Diamond League.
She's also part of USA Softball, the team that's going to China, so excited to work with her.
Already has participated in 1 Olympic Games.
I think one thing, Amanda, you could preach to this. Do pitchers really need a certain catcher? Do they like one over the other?
Great call from Charlize Palacios behind the plate.
I guess the answer is yes.
The answer absolutely is yes, whether it's how they communicate with you, how they receive, how they call pitches. Great pitch call here. A changeup gets a swing and miss from Deja Mulipola. And the thing about Raylan Chafin, up to this point, she's been more pitch to contact. Only about 5% swing and miss in the league up to this point in the season. But if she was going to get swing and miss, it's going to be on that changeup. It is her best pitch in any count.
More power at the plate for Chafin to deal with. Erica Piancastelli, another one who arrived late to the season playing in Japan, a longtime member of the Italian national team. Falls behind 0-2.
I remember her from past pro leagues and just absolutely tearing it up at the plate. So I'm looking forward to seeing this as well.
18 career home runs for her with Athletes Unlimited, many more along the way.
How about Raylan Chafin just figuring it out in this inning, right? Like, small zone, took a couple of batters to figure it out, gave up that hard hit to Tiare, but answered back with getting ahead of Mulipola, 0-2 with a strikeout, and now 1-2. And just continuing to mix pitches, going up and in with that rise ball, trying to keep it on the hands of Piancastel and not let her get that barrel extended out front.
Certainly not intimidated. She looks like a pro out there, very calm, very cool.
A really great opening weekend. Most pitchers have had some ups and downs in these first few weeks of the season. Outside ball 2.
It's a big 2-strike opportunity.
2 on and a 2-run game. Chafin with some good run support in the top of the first.
I'm so proud of this crowd tonight, you guys. I haven't seen it from up here, but it's such a great crowd to come out and support the pro league.
We have come out in numbers to Loves Field. Long weekend of AUSL softball here. And they've been into it, too. These are great energy.
Cowbells, I see signs, I see different colored hair, I see all kinds of things.
Cowbells, maybe a little Mississippi State. Raylan Chafin in the house.
Piancastelli into center. There is another Mississippi State Bulldog. Sacco makes the catch. A clean first inning for Raylan Chafin, and her Talons have a 2-0 lead. Two-0, top of the second we go from Norman. Let's check in with Savannah Collins.
Well, the Talons enter tonight after splitting the 2-game series with the Bandits, and coming in off the lots, Coach Dobson saw improvement in their hitting, and he mentioned that things that he wanted to see that were different. The 0 for 4 with bases loaded, 5 for 16 with runners on, so timely hitting, really his focus coming into tonight. And he told me that reversely of how much Volt's offense can do. So he said, you have to limit opportunities, and you have to kill their momentum when you have the chance.
Yeah, all these teams so dangerous at different times this year, but the offenses have certainly dominated to this point in the season. Howard Dobson, the head coach of the Talons. Oh, that got Savannah Jaquish. She'll take first.
I think that was more of a fun look back at Sam Shaw, I think, when she got hit by a pitch. But you mentioned that kill the momentum, Savannah said, that Coach Dobson said. And prime example is Raylan Chafin in the circle, strikeout to Deja Mulipola, Erica Piancastel, fly out, getting ahead 0-2, attacking hitters. That's how you kill momentum on defense, trying to shut down the Volts offense.
Howard Dobson, longtime assistant at LSU, also coached here at Oklahoma for you.
I got to work with Howard. We talked to him a little bit in the indoor, and he's talking about windows and hitters looking for windows. If the ball's not in that window, you take it. And very short and precise with his explanation of it, so that hitters come up with more of a plan, looking for something in a window. He kept using the word window, so let's see if they can attack the way he's asking.
It's Bri Ellis in the 8-hole, which is probably the first time that's been said in her life, and hits that foul.
Well, and going off of the windows, Coach, is that every hitter might have a different window that they're looking for. And he was referring back to Corey Seager, especially with the Rangers when they won the World Series and just offensively took off in the postseason, sitting in windows, looking for a ball to come through that window to attack it.
Ellis gonna have to be a 2-strike hitter, 1-2 count with a runner on first. And inside, how big is that window he's talking about? How tight of a spot do you want your hitters looking?
I don't think it's, I think it's where your vision wants to be. If you're looking anywhere else, you got to hold yourself back. So it's as big as you want to make it, but you certainly don't want to make it very big, or you'll be looking all over the zone. So it's an easy understand for some of the hitters in thinking in that way.
In the dirt ball, too. Who was the best kind of student hitter that you've had? You've had a lot of great hitters, but who was the best kind of student of the game that you felt like?
Someone that asked a lot of great questions and knew hitting was Jada Coleman, but I think also Jocelyn Allo, without question.
Ellis into left field, base hit for Bri Ellis. Lorenz cuts it off. It gets dropped, though, in left field. Now Ellis is going to take second, and a pair in scoring position with nobody out.
That's some really great base running and keeping your eyes on the fielder instead of just settling for second, putting runners into second and third, getting your runner to third, allowing your runner to get into second. Now an easy base hit, scores 2. So got to clean up a few things in the outfield a bit, but what a great job of Bri Ellis finding a way to get to second on that.
Yeah, a couple of miscues in the outfield early in this game. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's our favorite thing that you can challenge, the runner leaving early, Coach.
I don't know that you want me to be the one to talk about this.
You can't. I don't think that you can get fined on these games. I don't know how we fix it, but I just hate, I call it a Hail Mary. Usually we see a lot at the end of the game. Sometimes we'll see it in this type of situation just to see it. And she did. She clearly left very early at first base.
Did.
So,
yes,
okay, so this actually is a legitimate call here and not just trying to see if we could pull a fast one on somebody. But Jaquish definitely was off the back there before the ball was out of the hands.
That looked very odd, like she couldn't see the pitch or something.
Right.
That was quite early.
Yeah.
After review, the call in the field is upheld. The runner at first, left
Are we looking at something different?
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We were all thinking the same thing in the booth. Hold on a second.
I think we need to listen a little bit better, because I guess the call on the field was that they left her, or that she left early, and the umpire did get it right, and so the Talons were challenging. No, she didn't leave early, but she very clearly did. So good call on the field by the umpires. They got it right that time.
That hurts. That definitely hurts.
Bri Ellis comes back to the plate. It is a 2-2 count for Bri after having that hit wiped off the board.
It's big.
Bri Ellis had a fantastic hitting coach at Arkansas. It's what I've heard, Coach DJ Gasso. Know anything about that guy?
Not really, especially since he left the house. I don't get to talk to him very often. But yes, in all seriousness, I'm very proud of what he's been doing. Both of my sons, to be able to know they're in softball and great coaches and respect for the women is a dream come true.
Down low, Ellis is on anyway. I couldn't believe DJ told me last night he hadn't seen the statue out front yet. Unbelievable.
We walked over and looked at it last night.
There you go.
It was kind of awkward, but he was shaking my hand and doing all kinds of weird stuff. So I'm like, let's just get out of here. Let's go home. So I'm happy he's here watching. He's really proud of Bri Ellis and all of his players.
Danielle Gibson-Horton, one of his fellow assistant coaches, having a great year following the birth of her first child in November. She's hitting almost 400 on the year. Pinch runner over at first base is the longtime pro Victoria Hayward. Jadalyn Alchin at the plate, the 9 spot for the Talons.
You know, I think what's so cool about you getting to call this game, Coach, is to see your fun personality up here. And just like DJ, just like JT, just like Jimmy, your husband, this fun, funny personality that you guys all have that not a lot of people get to see when you're coaching, because you got your game face on, you're competitive, they can't hear you talk. But I love that people are going to get a chance to see your personality.
Well, it's funny because I get judged very much by my game face, but my game face is my game face. And one thing for our family is we don't make the sport too big. It shouldn't overtake our family or anything that we're doing. I try to open up free time for the family.
Yeah, because I had your guys' series, OU versus Arkansas, so it was a Gasso family reunion in Fayetteville, and you're just such a big family person, being able to spend time off the field, see your grandkids. That was important to you.
All the grandkids were at one place, and that's very rare. So it was, you guys made a big deal out of the Gasso against Gasso, but
to no one's surprise,
I'm glad I was on the other side of that series. It's helpful going forward.
1-2 count to Jadalyn Alchin, one of the players out of the reserve player pool, but she's swinging it so well, hitting .462, filling in for the Talons. Takes that pitch outside, ball 2. They did just lose someone because of Savannah Jaquish returning. Allie Shipman-Trout was reassigned to the reserve player pool. Allie had hit back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games. Wouldn't be surprised to see her picked up if there's an opportunity for a catcher as Alchin fouls another pitch off.
Just these hard decisions that these coaches are having to make with such a small roster of 16 players. And Allie Shipman with a couple of home runs, as you mentioned, that was probably a tough decision. She'd been playing so well. And then comes Jaquish.
Another reason we're looking so forward to 2 more teams being added next year. So many great players in that reserve player pool. You could put together a pretty good professional team by just those players.
I hope Oklahoma City could be one of those cities. I think the fans are showing out tonight. I think they would show out for a pro team here. So hopefully someone is listening.
There you go. There's Kim Ng. Ground ball for Alchin. Gonna be tough to turn 2 on her. They do get the lead runner.
Well, Oklahoma City is synonymous with softball at this point.
Well, they show up for the World Series. They set records, whether we're playing or not. So, I mean, I know there was a TV. We're breaking records for the national championship game. It was Texas Tech. They beat that record, and as long as we're beating records every year, that's what's important for the growth of this game.
First pitch high from Shao for ball one. It's back to the top of the order. Second time through against Sierra Sacco. A lot of speed at first with Alchin, former Husky and Bruin.
There's a lot of familiarity with Sierra Sacco being from Louisiana, and Howard Dobson living there for so long as the assistant coach at LSU for over a decade. So when he drafted her, it wasn't really a surprise because of that familiarity. He had seen her since she was in high school out recruiting.
Strike one on the outside corner.
Sam Shao needs that. I mean, she's been falling behind early in her count, so to come back with a strike is really important. Keep hammering the strike zone.
Well, and you were talking about Samantha Ricketts, the head coach at Mississippi State coach, and Sierra Sacco told me that Coach Ricketts told her, you're too good to just have one tool. You have more tools in there to add with power. And she said, Coach Ricketts gave me confidence and more belief in myself.
I love that. I love that Sam sees that and trains that. So any player who has multiple tools in their toolbox is what coaches love, because you can call so many different things, especially if they have speed.
She led off every game in her college career. Got to AUSL, was hitting in the 9-hole, did so well. They're like, oh, quickly, we got to move you back to the leadoff spot. And that's where she stayed.
I think it lasted one game with Sierra Sacco in the 9-hole.
Well, I love when rookies get out and just ball out and show off, and that's what obviously she's trying to show herself.
That's a great word for her. She is an absolute baller, as Palacios tests Howard Dobson's athleticism.
He got hit the other day pretty hard. I think I was watching that game, not calling it. He got hit real hard.
I'm noticing that there are ball boys, and they are not, you know, baseball, they're down the line. These guys they better be ready.
Up and into Palacios, lifted down the left field line and carrying, and caught by Lorenz right at the wall.
Big play. Let us shut down the inning.
I mean, she's not had a lot of experience on this field, Coach, and she tracked this all the way deep into this corner. Knew she needed to come away with this out as the Talons were threatening.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is sponsored by Nike. Sydney Romero, Tiare Jennings, and Sam Landry making their returns to Norman, Oklahoma. He played for Coach Gasso, who's with us tonight up in the booth.
Sentimental. It's hard for me to look at that because I had such a wonderful time. Even Sam was with us for 1 year, but I felt like I know her as good as any other athlete I've had. So we had a great relationship. Same with Tiare. Tiare is going to be a great coach somewhere. And Sid Romero is the salt of the earth. And I just got to say, the connection that I have with her, she's one of a kind. And I can't say she's one of my favorites. She could be one of many favorites. But they're wonderful, wonderful to work with.
And Sid Romero with your longtime assistant, Missy Lombardi at Oregon on that staff. Helped take them to the Women's College World Series. And here's Sid's sister, Sierra, another longtime pro and arguably the best player in the history of the Big Ten Conference.
If I was an OU alumni and all you guys were here and you're calling this game, I would have big time FOMO if I was not here. I'm not gonna lie. You know what FOMO is, right, Coach?
I do. I'm not that old. Yes, I know that. But what I'm getting right now, a lot of text messages like, shout me out. And I'm like, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read this.
That's a good excuse.
I got to stay focused.
That's safe. Big swing from Romero. Chafin with another strikeout, her second.
And ever since that Tiare crushed curveball up the middle of the field that went right past her, she has just been attacking these hitters. Goes upstairs with her rise ball and gets Romero to chase that pitch a little bit out of the zone. Chafin locking it in.
There's Rachel Garcia, another one of the big swingers for the Volts, but is having some struggles at the plate. Just 2 for 17 so far. She's walked 4 times. Her big impact has come in the circle. Having one of the best seasons for a pitcher in this early AUSL schedule. Reaching at that pitch, Jaquish under it. 2 quick outs here for Chafin and 4 straight retired.
There's that changeup again that she's gotten a few outs on. Actually, probably about half of her outs up to this point have come on that changeup. And you were talking about Taryn Mowat, the pitching coach at Mississippi State, working with Raylan Chafin. But the funny part about this changeup that was the best in its career her senior year at Mississippi State is that the summer before she got to Mississippi State, she actually just worked with her dad in the backyard, played with it, and really figured out her changeup the best in her career. So then she gets to work with Taryn Mowat even more whenever she gets to Mississippi State. She really learned how to command it with Taryn a little bit better, but just playing with her dad in the backyard, she found this changeup that is now her best pitch.
Well, Taryn Mowat had threw the best changeup I've ever seen in college softball, and we faced them for a national championship, and she was tremendous.
You could have, so we played Arizona as well. Taryn and I are the same age. You could have told me, hey, Amanda, a changeup is coming 3 times in a row, and I still wouldn't have been able to hit it. That's how good that changeup was. I did not pick it up at all. I looked so silly on it. She could have thrown it to me 10 times in a game. I would have struck out every time.
I got to give a shout out to the dads and the moms. Because when you're talking about my dad or my mom taught me, sometimes they get on the websites and they look up how to throw a changeup. I mean, they're doing their own research and developing some of these young athletes. It's pretty impressive.
Some big tournaments in town. We've seen a lot of parents and players around Norman since we got here yesterday.
There's a lot of action going on all over the state, actually, because we're driving as coaches a lot of miles to get to go see them in different areas.
You were recruiting before the game today,
yes,
and all day yesterday. Gotta go find those future Sooners.
Yeah, JT has me doing his job. So JT's sitting at home, enjoying watching AUSL, and I'm out working. So there's my shout out to JT.
Chafin continues to work ahead of hitters. It's their 4th 0-2 count, 1-2 count now, but started this batter off 0-2, or 4th in the last 5 batters, and is trying to retire her 5th straight with Mackenzie Clark at the plate.
It has been her attacking hitters going right at him. Love to see it.
Ooh.
Well, and how cool is it that a young player gets to come with their dad or with their mom to your facility and not watch OU softball, which is quite a treat, but to watch professional softball on your field? I mean, these young girls get to look up to these athletes as role models and have a new dream to be a professional softball player now.
And sometimes I sit here and I just can't believe that this is happening the way it is. It's such a beautiful, beautiful stadium. I'll tell you one story that was really special to me. I was going out to my car and a man walked up with 2 little boys and was like, isn't there a game today? And I'm like, no, we're not playing today. He goes, isn't this a baseball stadium? I'm like, no, let's go down the street a few blocks. So it resonates with everybody. It's a pretty special place to watch a game.
What is your favorite spot in this stadium? What's your favorite part of it?
Third base coaching box.
That's a good answer. I like it.
That's the only place I'm usually at, or the front of the dugout. I see it from the dugout, but to see it from here is really a treat.
Kelly Kretschmann occupying that third base coach's box tonight. Also going to be with you with Team USA on that coaching staff this coming week. You're going to have a little camp here.
We are. I hope these guys have some energy left because I know they've been playing a lot, but I just am really admiring this at bat right now. I mean, Clark has been fighting back, and taking this to a full count. That might bring some energy to their dugout.
3-2, and goes down looking. Chafin sees it through. Strikeout number 3 for Chafin. Well, Tiare Jennings has had some big swings on this field. She's had some big swings as a pro. We'll talk to her live in the field when we come back. Two 2-0, Talons lead the Volts. Top of the 3rd inning. Talons coming up to try and find some insurance. There is Tiare Jennings out at shortstop, a star here at Oklahoma. 4-time first-team All-American, 4-time national champion. Before we talk to Tiare, what's one of your moments that you remember most about her?
Talk about clutch. Anytime we need a big hit, she's hitting it to the wall or over the fence. That's her.
Well, Tiare Jennings joins us live in the field at shortstop. Tiare, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Give me a Coach Gasso moment that you love.
Okay, I hope the camera's on me because I remember being at second base my first day of practice, and literally this was me. And she would go, Tiare, wait, hold on one second. And she would go, Tiare, and then mimic me. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. And so ever since then, now I'm at shortstop or second, wherever I'm playing, and I just try and remember my posture and my super pose and to be confident and look athletic.
Wait, time out. You said super pose. We need to know what that is.
Like, maybe it's not a super pose. The Superman where you have your hands out, your power pose. There it is, power pose.
Okay.
You said look athletic. Does that mean you're not athletic? What are we?
I'm pretty athletic,
okay,
don't you?
Good.
Right, you think so?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Go pitch!
Tiare, how would you describe Coach Gasso in a few words? Like what it's like to play for her?
Gosh, I would say boss lady, confident, blue collar.
Yeah.
Just kind of all those that it's all coming back to me right now here at Love's. Yeah, here you go. Let's roll. You're good.
Hannah Flippen leads the inning off with a walk, and that'll bring up Tori Vidales. You remember that, the posture when she was a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, she's got long limbs, and sometimes she can just get kind of stuck there. So just a reminder. Just a reminder.
That's Sam. Here we go. Come on.
Tori Vidales at the plate, Hannah Flippen at first base.
Tiare, you can play any infield position, but which one would you say is your favorite?
I would say, I think I like second base. I think like just moving for cover a bunt at 1 and then making a nice backhand up the middle. I think I just played there the longest, and I would say I'm the most comfortable there. That's a good spot. Keep working. Keep working. Me and you. Come on, keep working.
Tiare, the beauty of what you're doing right now is that you can play a lot of positions, and that is very rare. So keep doing your thing, girl.
Yes, Sam.
Tiare, I'm sure you know everybody. I feel like everyone knows everyone in the league, but is there somebody on the team you didn't know very well that maybe you've kind of bonded with early in the season?
I think right now it has to be Mia Scott next to me. Played a lot against her. She doesn't say much, but I just love the way she competes. Love having her next to me. I'm glad we're finally on the same team together rather than playing against each other, so it's been fun.
The Dallas walks too. Now Caroline Jacobsen with 2 on. I think we're going to have a pitching change. Actually, Rachel Garcia going to take to the circle.
I'm on, Hannah. Hannah's smiling at me right now. Coach Gasso,
Kelly
Hannah
Kretschmann
Flippen
makes
says
the move.
Tiare, you're not supposed to talk to the opponent. Get back in your position. Get back in your position. Get back. Don't listen to her.
In her defense, they'll be teammates this coming week.
Bummer.
Rachel Garcia is going to enter this game. And this drop ball coach has been working for her, serving as an off-speed pitch and down movement. Her curve, her rise actually is the pitch that she's throwing the most for a strike, and it's her best chase pitch. So she's throwing her rise ball for a strike 73% of the time, and she's getting chases on it about 50% of the time. So that rise ball at 70 miles an hour, mind you, is working with her drop ball at 63, complementing it.
That's very difficult in those windows, so to speak. So what I would tell you is I think Rachel Garcia is one of the best athletes to have ever played the game, because she can swing, she can pitch, and she's an elite pitcher, elite fielder, can play first base. You don't find that very often.
Caroline Jacobsen at the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Popped up, and a little bit of miscommunication. That is a fair ball. Flippen, rounding third, coming home, and she's going to score.
Wow. Big opportunity, potential double play ball on that bunt, because it was popped up, but maybe just new players in new positions and not really understanding the communication side of things quite yet, and that's part of it when you have I think Deja's back and new to the team. So, I mean, you just got to fight through it. You got to fight through it. And Rachel.
How about just a gutsy decision by Hannah Flippen to put even more pressure on them to finish through and make that play too?
Yeah, I think with leads you can do that. I think they know that you can do that.
So I wanted to see what Howard was doing in this situation. He was standing there, look, he's pointing at the bag, and she just keeps running.
If it was a right throw, she would have been out.
Yes.
But that's the pressure you put on them.
Now Aguilar, big chance here to put the Volts in a tough spot. And ahead in the count, 2-0.
Is that bunt a hit?
I know, I'm waiting to see it pop up on stat broadcast. I am unsure as well.
We're strict on scoring up here, Coach. If it were Amanda and I scoring, we're strict.
It would be leaning towards pitchers, correct?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Amanda says everything's in air.
No, I do not. Just a level of expectation of how good our defense has gotten in the game, I think, Coach. That's why I lean toward the airs.
Well, I give Flippen a lot of credit because her walks are turning into runs.
Yeah, both times she's come to the plate, come around to score on a free pass.
So that will go down as a single, by the way, and then a throwing error. There's been a defensive miscue in each inning for the Volts. One didn't go down on it because the runner left early with Amanda Lorenz out in left field. So,
to Coach's point, Deja Mulipola got here in the last 5 days. Mia Scott joined the team in the last 7 days. You've had positions moved around. We've seen Sierra Romero in right field. We've seen her at second base. Tiare's played all over the place as well. Still a team trying to kind of settle into a shape early in the season.
And Sam Shao as well at first base. So your catcher and corner infielders.
Aguilar with a 3-2 count, fouls it straight back. How do you think, I think one of the interesting parts about this league, Coach, there's so many stars. You put them all on these teams, and one of the big questions is, how do the leaders get formed? I mean, when you've had those great teams with all those stars, how do the leaders kind of take their place?
They just have to be brave enough to speak. And some are just in their shell. Some don't want to be the leader.
Got Aguilar. Big pitch from Rachel Garcia. An important out, number one.
I think Rachel Garcia is one of those leaders. And here you see a big out with a great pitch that is hard to read because of the change of speed. Huge out for her defense. With one out, still need to play to the plate. Can't fall back too far behind here as we're getting into the middle of the game.
Speaking of dangerous hitters, Savannah Jaquish, one of the toughest outs you will find. fantastic player in her college days at LSU. Another one that Howard Dobson is extremely familiar with, having coached her there. This is power on power. A 2-0 count to Jaquish.
Jaquish is another very talented athlete. She can catch, she can play third, she can play the outfield. And she is part of this China team going to USA team going to China.
It's that versatility, especially in a small roster.
It's important. We've got 15 athletes and 3 reserves that can come with us, and it's you better. That's why I'm kind of giving it a shout out to Tiare, because she can play a lot of positions, and that's really important with a 15-man roster.
Strike one to Jaquish. This will really be your first taste of the USA side as head coach as far as in a competitive situation, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm taking a lot of veterans, because I'm the rookie.
Ooh, inside corner, Jaquish. It's all right.
Jaquish is, when did Jaquish get here? She's kind of coming from
the last few days.
Yeah, so we've got some newbies out here.
Getting used to a zone that's a little bit bigger. The AUSL. 3-2. Protecting.
I think Savannah Jaquish is kind of unassuming. You know, she just looks like a kind of regular athlete, like a lot of them do, but she is powerful. She is strong. She is an athlete. She is very competitive.
3-2. There she does earn the walk to load the bases with just 1 out. And guess who's coming to the plate? Bri Ellis in a bases loaded situation.
Coach, when you're writing in your lineup, I think you noticed that Bri Ellis was in that 8th spot. What does that tell you about the league? How good the offense is on the Talons as well?
Yeah, I think Bri Ellis is still trying to find herself here, which is maybe being down in the lineup, not as much pressure to allow her to do that. But she can swing. We've been the victim of that as well.
One of her classic moments came with the bases loaded. In the SEC tournament opener against Georgia this year, they pitched around her every plate appearance, finally got her chance in the bottom of the 7th and walked it off. 1-1 count against Rachel Garcia.
There are some Razorback fans in the house, so they're coming from everywhere, which is really great for our game.
3 USA Softball Collegiate Player of the Year awards going at it here. 2 for Rachel Garcia, 1 for Bri Ellis.
This is an interesting matchup for somebody that is considered kind of the GOAT to a newbie to the pro league. This is a cool matchup here.
One we hope we are seeing for a long time in this league. 2-1 in the dirt. Lily Pola stays with it. Now Rachel Garcia gonna have to come at Bri Ellis 3-1.
And I think that the key to having success against Garcia is not chasing that changeup and also her off-speed drop ball down in the dirt. You know it's gonna fall off. She wants you to chase that pitch, and now she has to come closer to the zone with something harder.
Ellis swinging hard. Garcia to the plate. To first, double play. Rachel Garcia coming up big for the Bolts.
We've seen so many double plays this season in such a short amount of time, and here is just another one. Rachel Garcia wiggles out of that one, picks up her teammate Sam Shao, and can the Bolts score some runs here?
When I think of Coach Gasso, I think of just a fearless leader.
I think of boss lady. I think of a boss woman.
Coach Gasso is the GOAT. She knows everything that she stands for, and she stands on it strong, and she's not going to waver.
She's able to just make sure that everyone is not settling and not being content, but always understanding that they're capable of more and they're able to push for more.
She creates that high expectations and those high standards for you, but you can always go higher and higher and above it, and that's what I love about her.
She really cares for not just the softball player, but the human, just being able to grow and being able to just challenge yourself as a human off the field as well.
She's really taught me just to enjoy what I'm doing and have fun and understand that softball is what I do, it's not who I am.
And I'll look up to her for the rest of my life.
For the inaugural 2025 season, the Athletes Unlimited Softball League is teaming up with Coach Across America to spotlight the power of coaches through powerful stories from the mentors who shaped our athletes to the players now leading from the dugout. We're showing how one coach can change everything. We're pulling at the heartstrings up here as hard as we can.
That's hard for me to respond to, but and I just love my players. I put my heart into them as they put their heart into this program. So they come in as girls, we want them to leave as women. So a lot of things are happening here besides softball, and that's the beauty of it.
Left side off the glove of Jaquish. Throw to first. Got her! Little 5-6-3 action for out number one.
Big time play. Big time player right there. Way to pick up. Oh, we're going to challenge this, yeah.
Oh, no.
To play like that, just don't review it. Just call it an out.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
We earned that. They earned that.
And that was full team effort. Even the stretch here by Tori Vidales to not stretch too soon, to pick up Hannah Flippen's throw. I mean, Danica Coffey is fast, so the fact that that was called on the field and out or even that close really tells you something about how fast Hannah Flippen got rid of that.
Yeah, the three people had that ball touch their glove in one play. So just getting the ball, the glove on the ball to get it to Flippen was important. But Vidales at first, that was a very, very impressive play. Good stretch, way to hold on to the ball. It's just who beat who.
There you go.
My goodness.
One out, Jaquish to Flippen to Vidales for out number one. We've got another special guest joining us down on the field, Sid Romero. Sid, are you surprised at all that Coach is a natural in the booth?
Like, wow, Coach, that sounded so good.
You guys are trying to kill me here. What is happening? I'm just, all these full, my heartstrings are just dancing right now.
Sid, we wish you were on the field, of course, but how special is it for you to be in this building right now, Coach in the booth, and everything that's gone into it?
It's been great. I mean, I've been back here the last couple of years, and every time I come here, I mean, it gives me feels of just Marita Hines, where I played right down the street. From home plate, the view forward, it's awesome, and it makes me really proud with everything she has done, and thinking back to just all of our alums, and I mean, all the hard work that we've put in, and even what they're continuing to do, so it makes me really proud.
Well, if I can respond to that, you built this house, you and your teammates and all the teammates throughout. So we are really proud of it, and we love our donors for this, and loves Travel Stop and their family, but the players are the ones that built it, and Sid is a big part of that.
I knew you loved me, Coach.
I do.
I know you do.
I know. We can't do this on TV.
So we didn't preface that we were going to ask you for a story about Coach, but just does anything come to mind about a good Patty Gasso story from your playing days here?
Careful.
There's one I can't share, but let me share one. Okay, so there was one time she really taught me like being a good teammate, and I hope a lot of people are listening to this, okay, because I practice what I preach now with this. There was one time in a game I was struggling, and I was not seeing the ball well, and I was pouting a little bit, you know, as just a young freshman, and she looked at me and she said, "Do I need to take you out of this game?" And I was like, "No, you do not." And from that point on, like, that is engraved in my head, because I'm like, wow, the fact that she noticed that, not good. So that I kid you not, like, from that moment on, it really pushed me as an athlete to be better in all aspects.
And Lorenz into the corner, and a double for Lorenz with 1 out.
Sid, I'm glad I was able to teach you something, and what I love is that you're coaching and you can carry that on to your own athletes. So
thanks, Coach. It's
awesome to see you on the field. I wish you were playing, though.
Me too.
We appreciate you, Sydney.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sid.
Bye. Love you, Coach.
Amanda Lorenz, clutch, way to lead it off. Very important for her team to come back here.
Scott right back to Chafin, and that is a big out for Raylan Chafin. Out number 2 to keep Lorenz at second.
Well, we mentioned this earlier, but Raylan Chafin had only given up 1 extra base hit in the 10 innings that she had pitched entering this game. So make it 12 after the first and second. She got away with none, but Amanda Lorenz, the 2nd extra base hit. That's it. Just 2 off of Raylan Chafin. She's been so good, tough to barrel out.
Big chance for Tiare Jennings in a 3-run game with Lorenz at second and 2 outs. Already 1 hit tonight for Tiare. Take strike 1. Got to play 1 season on this field in its inaugural year in 2024.
The first time we never got to practice on it. Our first practice was a real game, the start of our home series.
Popped up in foul territory. Vidales is there, and that'll do it for the 3rd inning. 3-0 after 3 full innings. The Talons on top. Well, the new head coach of the United States national team joining us tonight and heading to China in August for the World Games, which will be the debut of her as head coach. 31 years at OU, a whole lot of winning, 8 national championships, and now taking on a new task as the head coach of Team USA. Just from a scheduling standpoint, how much has this added to what you've done this year?
Yeah, it's a little bit. So I do have conversations specifically with Chris Sebrin from USA Softball at least twice or more a week to get ahead. We want to be really organized. We have a big opportunity for athletes to come in who are in the pool and work out with us next week. So I'm really excited about that and just really getting my hands on it, getting our other coaches who are involved in it with them. And I'm really excited. I'm really very sharply focused on this.
Well, and you've been really passionate about having data and numbers on all these players, not just to pick the team, but also to have the athletes who don't make the team know what they need to get better at, know what they need to practice at. So how have you been, or how do you foresee using the data just moving forward the next couple of years?
I think it's comparisons. We can really get some great comparisons on what's going on between each athlete. We can show them what their profile looks like against others in their position. I want athletes to know where they're missing something so they can know what to work on and bring it back and look different. So we're trying to be very communicative and honest with it.
Big swing here from Alchin. Clark throws her glove up, but nothing doing. Alchin around first and into second. It's another player out of the reserve pool making a big impact for the Talons.
Well, and I think against Rachel Garcia, we were talking about laying off of her off-speed drop ball, laying off of her changeup that's down in the dirt. You want to hit a curveball that is on one side of the plate or the other, like Alchin steps up to the plate looking for, attacks it, maybe a little bit more of a miss over the heart of the plate, a mistake, but Alchin from the 9-hole, a double off of Garcia with her hard stuff.
Love leadoffs this way. Love when leadoffs can find a way to get themselves in scoring position.
Base hit should easily score Alchin with Sacco up and fouls that towards Scott for strike 1. Sierra Sacco 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Came around to score the first run of this game back in the top of the first.
Really impressed with Sacco as a freshman here, or a newcomer, as you would say. She brings a lot of different looks for you.
left side. Scott scoops it up and retires Sacco on a little bit of an awkward throw. One out. Still plenty of time in this game for the Volts. Rachel Garcia has been so good in the circle for them this year. Has thrown by far the most innings, approaching the 25 inning mark. Teams have only played 8 games. These are deep pitching staffs too. Big names top to bottom. 2 complete games for Rachel already this season. Nobody else in the league has thrown one.
I've been leaning on her a lot in a lot of different roles, to start, to go the complete game distance, to bring her in relief, like for Sam Shao in this game.
Hard hit ball, right side, hops up to Sierra, 2 outs.
That's a big out, and certainly need the defense to find their way off the field and get back to the plate. Time is starting to tick a little bit, and with the errors and all the hits, I feel like the score should be bigger than it is.
Yeah.
So they're definitely within reach.
5 hits for the Talons. The Volts have committed 2 errors that have allowed base runners to advance.
Well, think about how big that double play to end the inning was the last inning. There have been runners on base every inning when the Volts have been on defense. Multiple runners on base with the exception of this inning so far. It's tough to deal with that traffic nonstop.
I do know one thing, and that is Hannah Flippen does not want to walk again, and I'm going to put something on this that she's going to find a way to get this RBI with 2 outs. That's who she is.
12 of 20 batters who have come to the plate have reached safely tonight for the Talons. Flippen trying to do it again, deep to left center field. Clark over and makes the catch. Almost right on the money. Mackenzie Clark, though, with great range in center field to bring the Volts back to the plate. That's our favorite time of the broadcast. We found a dog in the stadium enjoying this game tonight. Talons up 3-0 on the Volts in the bottom of the 4th. He's also happy that the sun has gone down in this stadium.
And it's a golden doodle, too.
Oh, it looks like mine.
Great crowd at Love's Field tonight in Norman, Oklahoma. First of 4 AUSL games being played in this magnificent stadium this weekend. Fans have been excellent, seeing a few former Sooners returning. The only one we've seen in this game tonight has been Tiare Jennings, who does have a base hit. Got to talk, though, to Sydney Romero. See Sam Landry get the start on Sunday, and a lot of good stuff happening in Norman, Oklahoma this weekend.
That round of applause is for you.
Not even. This is too much, you guys. I'm just here to enjoy a game.
So cool.
All right, let's get back to softball.
I love that.
In our defense, we didn't know a lot of this was happening either, so we are with you.
Jeez Louise.
We would have been a better teammate, but we didn't know, so he couldn't.
We are surprised, too.
Let's play softball.
Deja Mulipola leading off for the Volts. 4-5-6 here, trying to get something going offensively against Raylan Chafin, who is quickly turning in one of her best performances as a pro.
Just like the way that she's just shut things down after she's given up something. There hasn't been back-to-back runners reach against her yet in this game, which, Coach, I know that you've already felt the announcer's jinx up here, so I hope I don't jinx her in this inning, but she's just done a good job. After a walk, got a quick out. After a hit, got a strikeout. Like, she has been attacking hitters after she gives something up.
Yeah, definitely in control. You can feel that, her body language, just her smoothness on the mound. She doesn't get rattled. She doesn't look uncomfortable. I haven't seen that at all yet.
Off speed, skied into center. Sacco trots forward for the first out. Let's check in with Savannah Collins down on the field.
But when Charlize Palacios started working with Raylan Chafin, she was like, okay, what do you like? What do you need from me as a catcher? And she talked about Taryn Moet McKinney, that she was such a supportive coach. There's really nothing that Raylan could do that would disappoint her. And what Charlize has learned working with her is that she needs a lot of words. Things like, hey, I got your back. Raylan, it's you and me. And you will hear that when you're in these dugouts. And that is, as a catcher, how she is adapting to the members of her staff. And Coach Gasso, I'm sure you've seen that from your catchers too, changing to fit the identities of who they're in the circle working with.
Yeah, it is. I was talking to Amanda about this. How important is a good catcher to you? I mean, can you feel one that doesn't fit? Do you feel one that has your number and can call? Can you be on the same page? I don't know that they get a lot of time to work together, but it's important that they fit as quickly as possible, or at least communicate what the pitcher is really wanting to do, having a plan.
Yeah, it was always important to me. Just I can't even explain what the difference was for how they received, but just different catchers received my pitches differently, and it made me want to throw to them more. Even if they weren't great at throwing out base stealers, I wanted to throw to the catcher back behind the plate that received my pitches the best. That was important to me.
I want to add to that. That is so important just in the game, that a catcher can turn a borderline ball into a strike.
Yeah.
And being able to work around the zone and work with an umpire. Umpires do fall into where their glove is located, and anything you can do to help your pitcher, a good catcher will do. But receiving is probably the most important thing, is to your point.
Into right field, 3 balls in the air this inning for Chafin, but she goes 1, 2, 3 through Mulipola, Piancastel, and Sierra Romero. 4 scoreless for the rookie Chafin. Sun has set here in Norman, 3 innings to play, and the Talons still with a 3-0 lead they've held since the top of the 3rd inning. Raylan Chafin spinning a gem right now, the rookie out of Mississippi State. Rachel Garcia has been in for the Volts the last 2 innings. She'll try to keep things right where they are.
Chucky, I don't know if you're looking, but there are a lot of kids out here, and we are doing the right thing and the job of growing this game with little kids watching their heroes on this field. So it's pretty tremendous to be having it here at Love's Field.
One of the great things with the USL too is that's up the middle off the glove of Garcia. Jennings makes the play. And all smiles in the middle infield with Jennings and Romero.
I wish she had her microphone right now. I wanted to hear what that sounded like.
Well, and Coach, don't you think that this is a better ball for Tiare to take from shortstop than Sierra at second base?
Her momentum's going that way, so, but if you can't feel Tiare there, you still have to go for the ball. So as long as the play is made.
Rachel Garcia took the sting out of it. That brings up Caroline Jacobsen with 1 out. Which misses outside.
You have a love of defense. Where does that come from?
Because I was very good on defense and not a good hitter. So I love what I could do good. I think everybody does that, right? So I felt when I played defense that nothing was ever going to get by me. I loved making big plays. I just played a lot of shortstop, and then my knees didn't help me out very much as I got into college, so I turned more into a third baseman, and I really loved it on the hot corner too.
Mia Scott's playing over there on a torn ACL. Pretty darn good down the stretch for Texas this year, and now doing it for the Volts here in the Pro League.
I don't know how she's doing that, because I've had torn ACLs, as many people out there have, and I certainly wouldn't be playing on it.
Big swing and a miss from Jacobsen, fooled on that pitch by Rachel Garcia.
And I would imagine that you work your defense is pretty hard at practice.
It's fast, yeah, I'd say. It's very fast.
I think Tiare would have a good answer about that question.
It's funny because Tiare is our GA. She hits ground balls. And I'm like, take over for me, and I'm watching her do it. I'm like, give me the bat. Here, you're not going fast enough. So
you're talking speed.
I hit the ball fast, but I like to move it very quickly so that no one's standing around. Balls are coming at him constantly.
Inside corner, got Jacobsen looking.
When Rachel Garcia is spotting this backdoor curveball in this spot right here and getting the call, that is tough to hit. Backdoor curveball is going to start at her front knee and the break back across the inside corner. I mean, that is a tough pitch to hit, about a ball off the plate. Good pitch there, location.
Last chance in the inning, Aguilar. .365 career hitter at Washington for Heather Tarr. Hit 57 home runs there from Orangevale, California. Strike one to Aguilar.
Aguilar is another very versatile athlete that can play a lot of positions, and just remember her specifically in college. She was just such a pure hitter. So I love that she's still in the game.
Part of a number of great shortstops at Washington. Another one of them is in the dugout for the Volts, Sis Bates. Won 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in the Pac-12. Two-one now to Aguilar.
I'd say Washington has always been known for their defense. They've had, back in the past, some of the best infielders, catchers. So they do a very good job with their defenders.
Sis in the dugout. Aguilar draws a walk. First time she's reached tonight.
I thought that was potentially going to be the first 3-up, 3-down inning for the Volts on defense, but a 2-out walk, more traffic on the base pass that they've just been messing with all night.
With 2 outs regardless, this is a dangerous hitter, Jaquish.
Has already reached twice, has been hit by a pitch and walked. She has been fantastic in the Japan Diamond League, though. Leads the league in numerous categories. Talons are 0 for 2 tonight with 2 outs. They're actually the best 2-out hitting team in the league. On the season, they hit .386 with 2 outs. Almost half of their hits this year have come with 2 away.
Well, the next best team, Chucky, is hitting, what, 280, the Blaze, so 100 points higher than the next best team in the league.
Jaquish fouled into the stands. I mentioned all the young kids here, Coach. That was right out of team, and I'm looking around. I see a number of travel ball teams here, and kids much younger than that watching these pros. They do such a great job, too, signing autographs so often after these games. Those are where the big crowds end up.
Yeah. It's a great atmosphere. It's fun to see all these kids out here. Like you said, where else would you want to be on a Friday night but at the ballpark watching elite women's softball athletes?
And we have 3 more games after this here, 4-game series. You've mentioned this before, Coach, but doesn't it just feel a little different with the AUSL? And I know it's still early, but doesn't it just feel a little bit different to start this new
It does. I've been watching, and there is a different desire to win as a team, and now they are teams, and you can feel the intensity, you can feel the drive to want to win. That attracts me. That attracts fans.
Jaquish goes down swinging. Rachel Garcia just back to business tonight. It's what she's done all season so far, keeping the Volts around, down 3.
I've got to stop talking.
3-0 Talons lead the Volts, bottom of the 5th, and the Volts offense got to find something right now. Just 2 hits off of Raylan Chafin so far tonight. Their time is ticking. Great crowd in Norman, Oklahoma, loving this AUSL action so far, and it's been a good game to this point. Rachel Garcia and company hoping to give them much more to cheer about. And Raylan Chafin's performance has been all the more important because the Talons dealing with more injury issues. Montana Fouts going on the injured list today, and so they pick back up the Michigan rookie Lauren Durkowski, who we saw with them on the first week. But this is huge for Raylan Chafin to fill the shoes of Montana Fouts.
I'm so impressed with her calm, cool, collected attitude and look on the mound as a newcomer to the league. And she's dealing with some of the best hitters to ever play the game. So extremely impressed, and it's going to be interesting to see the finish here.
A good start to her career at LSU, played 3 seasons there for Beth Torina, but then moved on to Mississippi State and really found her home with Sam Ricketts and Taryn Moat McKinney and company. She had a great golden ticket moment when they were at the Mississippi State baseball game. Of course, they come out and Sierra Sacco gets the first one. They come back 2 innings later. They think they're going to promote their series that weekend. And instead, Kim Ng came back, and Garcia wants to hear none of it. That is crushed by Rachel Garcia. Her first home run of the season puts a little charge into the Volts.
That was an absolute bomb. You can get it over the grandstands here. That is an absolute bomb. She did not miss.
Not wanting to deal with her changeup, gets this rise ball or screwball in her hands, and just to me, looking for that side of the plate, that speed, and she is just absolutely on time with it. Believe it or not, Coach, this is Rachel Garcia's first RBI of the season. Coming in that long ball, I bet that felt so good coming off of her bat, and the Volts needed that, Garcia needed that. Bringing some energy back to this team to try to get back in this game down by 2 now.
Yeah, she knew it too. She kind of dropped the bat, took a few walking steps towards first, but that's what you do when you hit something that far. You can walk it out any way you want.
We saw her last year, Amanda, too. The exit velocity off of Rachel Garcia's bat was just different. Mid-80s all the time, and I'm certain that one was right up there with one of her best. They are going to make a quick change in the circle to one of Rachel's former teammates at UCLA, Megan Faramo, who will take to the circle. Struggling a little bit early in this AUSL season after really dominating in the Japan Diamond League, but you know what she's capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be a curveball that breaks like crazy alongside her rise ball too, but she'll work her curveball on both sides of the plate, can mix speeds very well, similar to that off-speed drop ball that you saw from Rachel Garcia. The only time that she's gotten in trouble is when she's just left some of her curveballs more over the plate, even in pitchers' counts, but she's thrown some nasty ones, and you see what that pitch is capable of with the break that I feel like it has even more after her time spent in Japan. Or her screwball too.
She's an intimidating look on the mound without question, and can throw the ball hard and, like you said, move it, but it's just different because of her height and her strength. When she's coming at you, it's very intimidating.
They list her at 6 feet, and I've always thought that's a little short, and then you have all the energy that she brings.
Yeah, she's definitely a special pitcher, had a phenomenal college career, and I know she's continuing it on. I look forward to working with her. I know she's going to be with us this next week.
And Savannah Collins has Rachel Garcia.
Rachel, I know you told me you were trying to stay on time for something that had a little bit more pop on its second pitch. Why that one?
Well, the first one was super pretty, but I wasn't going to let that second one go either. So I was just, just trying to see the ball be on time.
That ball cleared the grandstand. How good did that feel off the bat? Did you know?
It felt so good. Immediately off the bat, I was like, that was what I've been, trying to get back to, and it just felt really good.
Totally. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is something the rest of the league does not want to see. Rachel Garcia starting to feel it at the plate because we know how good she's been in the circle so far for the Volts this year. Faremo will face Mackenzie Clark first, who fouls it straight back for strike one.
I love that first pitch swing. She took her hack, you know, almost landed it. Love the aggressive attitude at the plate.
Chafin ends up going 4+ innings, just giving up the 1 run. Clark, a little indecisive that time, did not go.
Like we've seen coaches in the past couple of weeks just be so proactive with their pitching changes too, not letting a pitcher go out there too long, because I feel like, and I'm sure you see this, Coach, too, it's just offenses are adjusting so quickly to pitchers these days to where when you see a hit like that, you know kind of intuitively that likely more are going to follow that, like that swing that we saw from Garcia.
Yeah, I think it was probably the right time. Chafin threw one phenomenal game. Hey, tell me the green-white shoes. What do you know about this?
For
they're half and half, aren't they? Yeah. Interesting. One of each for Faremo.
Is that a pitcher thing?
I might just think it's a Faremo thing.
Faremo thing, yes.
Just like that changeup.
Look at that, yes. Love that. Love that fire. Love the fire.
Faces one batter, 1 strikeout.
Beautiful pitch, got her stuck. Clark stuck with the swing, couldn't get her swing off, but she was fooled, and Faremo was fired up, and I love that. Love when pitchers get after it like that.
Bottom of the order, Danica Coffey, who's had a great start to her rookie campaign.
I do feel like we have to know the answer in game about the shoe situation. Savannah can maybe find that in the dugout. I would love to know about the 2 different shoes, and I love that you noticed it.
Well, it's looking right at me. I'm looking right at it, and I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know that there's any. They're the same cleat company, so maybe it's a rally.
Maybe setting a new trend.
Did your pitching coach, Jen Rocha, walk around with 2 different tennis shoes on?
Absolutely not. No, no. But this might be a new, hey, if she's killing it on the field, this might be a new phase for pitchers.
That's what I'm thinking. She is bringing some heat, too. 71, 72 on the curveball before that she threw for a strike. A 72 inside to a lefty from a righty gets on you in a hurry. You're not used to seeing 72 inside like that coming from a righty very often.
2-2 to Coffey. Ooh, foul back off of Alex Leap's mask.
I feel a spirit about Faremo right now, that she is really, really fired up to come in here. You can feel her energy. You can feel it through her pitches.
I talked earlier about leaders of these teams, how they're developed. Megan Faremo, one who got here late, but she was actually sending her notes that she had taken from past seasons on hitters to her teammates before arriving in Rosemont. Another 2-2 to Coffey. Into center, Sacco has a beat on it. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order for Amanda Lorenz.
We keep looking at this sky. Look how unique that sunset has been. I'm sure you've seen thousands of sunsets.
There's some beautiful sunsets in Oklahoma.
Lorenz rips this right field back to the track, and it's caught. Jacobsen got there quickly. There were a lot of oohs and ahs, but it's a long out for Amanda Lorenz. They do get one back. Rachel Garcia's first homer of the season. The AUSL is partnered with Rebel Girls, a global empowerment brand dedicated to raising the most inspired and confident generation of girls. Check out Rebel Girls on YouTube as junior reporters recap the AUSL season. They were actually at the welcome event in in downtown Chicago. I was a little intimidated because I'd seen their stuff on Instagram. They're really good, actually. Bri Ellis into center field, first pitch swinging, one out for Rachel Garcia, who has been excellent in relief of Sam Shao.
I think that's a pretty good swing, just for Bri Ellis to get up and just try to look early and take your hack. It was a good contact there.
Bri's average hasn't been there early this year, but she's getting on base. She's walked 5 times. She's still wreaking a little havoc, but when you do have those big hitters in a slump, what do you feel like can click them out of it?
I think a swing like that, just hit the ball hard somewhere, even if it's an out, just understand that was a good swing and not get caught up in the results. And that's the problem, is getting caught up in results.
Hitting's just so hard, and I think that fans and sometimes even we as coaches can forget it, but hitting is so hard to do. Even when you're in a good place mentally, hitting is hard. When you're in a tough place, maybe mentally, hitting just becomes that much more difficult.
And you're dealing with elite pitchers. I mean, these are the best, some of the best in the world. So you're going to have to give yourself a little bit of grace going forward.
The 9-spot Jadalyn Alchin has reached twice, once with a double. She is just seeing it right now. Alchin spent the years an assistant coach at Michigan State, is one of the players out of the reserve player pool, and talk about somebody getting an opportunity and making the most of it. She's going to be tough to deny, hitting .467 on the season so far. That power speed combo she brings.
So you probably do not want to send her back, or do you? I don't know how it exactly rolls, but it seems like she's doing a great job for.
You would imagine if you do have to send her back, she would be picked up very quickly, and she's going to reach again, that time in a painful way. Alchin and the speed on first base.
Curveball that gets her right in the back of the ribs. Oh,
it's not fun, but you take it for your team. You got to take it for your team.
9 free passes awarded by the Volts tonight. 7 walks and 2 hit by pitches. And to your point earlier, you said feels like this game could be a lot further from a score perspective. Only 2 of those 9 free passes have actually come around to score.
And that defies the odds, because usually walks come around to score much more often.
See if the Talons can make them pay here. Top of the order, you walk the 9 spot to get to Sacco, who's 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. It's her second time seeing Rachel Garcia. She grounded out the first time and falls behind 0-2.
Well, when you get to 2 strikes, now you have to deal with that drop ball that out of her hand, it looks like it's just going to be right there. Maybe even looks like it's going to be her curveball around the plate, but that drop ball just falls off the table. And you have to deal with the rise, too.
A ground ball is not going to get you a double play, but it's really important to try to get the lead out, keep them out of scoring position.
If Alchin can get there, you know a base hit to the outfield would easily bring her around from second. 1-2 to Sacco, little off speed. Rachel fielding her position, a low throw, but
that's a tough play. Yeah, that's a tough play. And that's another great example of an elite athlete with Rachel Garcia on the mound. I'll tell you, pitchers, this is a shout out to the pitchers. You must be a good fielder. You can create so many opportunities for your defense when they can play deeper and allow you to take that short game. It's really, really important. Rachel showed a great athletic move right there, but pitchers, really young pitchers, you need to know how to field your position. You're another infielder on the infield.
Are you working them on PFP?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. That's why Sam Landry and I love each other so much.
She's such a good fielding pitcher. My goodness.
She is. She is.
She can cover a ton of ground. I love being able to make plays. I can imagine playing for a coach. If it's like, okay, ball hit your way, just move out of the way for Mia Scott, your third baseman, or whatever. Like, don't go after it. I can't imagine having played for a coach that told me that. I love fielding my position.
Yeah. Well, you were good. I remember you back then, too.
Well, don't give her too much confidence up here, all right?
She won't, trust me.
Popped up and out of play, strike 2 on Charlize Palacios.
I want to go back to pitchers for a minute. So if you've got a good fielding pitcher, you can move your first baseman back on bunts. You can take your second baseman, work them up the middle, and balls are not going to get hit through that 3-4 hole. A lot of times they do when the first baseman moves up.
Well, and you guys are playing, and not just you guys at OU, but just across the country. Shifts are being played so much more over the last 4 to 5 years, maybe even a little bit before that. I remember Florida State running a lot of shifts, maybe before that 2020 year that was shortened, but it's so much more common now to have those shifts with the data.
Yeah, the data changes everything, and usually you win when you get into a shift, and the pitcher has to throw the exact right pitch in order for your shift to work, and they do a good job of that. So shifts are very effective as long as you have the data in front of you.
Saw that shift the other night from this Volts team against Aaliyah Andrews, bringing the right fielder. At the time was Danica Coffey to play second. They had Sierra Romero and 2 other infielders on the left side of second base. And it worked out, I think, every time. 2-out walk to Palacios, and a big chance for Hannah Flippen. The 10th free pass now the Talons have earned.
I'm going to say it again. I stand behind Flippen.
Well, it just feels like this is such a big moment in this game because they had another big opportunity back in the third whenever they ground into a double play right in the middle of their order, multiple runners on. Garcia came in and rolled that double play, and they've been kind of playing with fire a little bit all night with these hit by pitches and the walks. Usually come back to haunt you.
These two are really familiar with each other too, so I know it's a battle they've had before, but you could see Flippen really kind of frustrated because she might have just missed her pitch there. And this is going to be a good 2-strike battle for her.
Garcia trying to strand 2 more. Talons have left 7 on base tonight. That's just outside ball 1.
It's a good eye, and Garcia wanted that pitch, but a really good eye by Hannah Flippen to take that, to work it to this next pitch. You know she's going to have to deal with this off-speed pitch at some point.
Got her in the dirt, and the throw to first in time. Rachel Garcia strands runners 8 and 9 of the night for the Talons. Garcia has held serve again, 3-1, still the lead. A very special first pitch tonight. Sydney Romero catching the 8-time national champion and the Hall of Famer Patty Gasso, who has joined us all night in the booth alongside Amanda Scarborough. I'm Chucky Kemp. Coach, we appreciate you so much for doing this evening. When we're talking about what you've seen on the field, what stood out most to you tonight?
Pitching has been very, very good. A few untimely and costly errors cost a few runs, but it's still a game. It's still 3-1 with still time left. So I'm really impressed with pitchers.
Rachel Garcia having a great night. Mia Scott leading off this inning, Amanda, in a very tough spot for Megan Faremo.
I want to know, and I think other people probably want to know, is how you're liking your first time in the booth. What are your thoughts, your real thoughts?
I started off very nervous and kind of shaky, so I'm just trying to be myself, but it's different. This vantage point is quite different, and it makes me really appreciate things because I am watching it. And so I think I'm saying the word love too much. Like, I love this and I love that, but I do. I can see it differently up here and really get to appreciate it.
Passion.
Mia Scott leading things off for the Volts. 2, 3, 4 in the inning, and 3 of the most dangerous hitters in the order. Scott, Tiare Jennings, and Deja Mulipola, who were actually a combined 1 for 6. The one hit belonged to Tiare back in the first inning, and Scott goes down looking for out number 1. Let's check in with Savannah.
You wanted to know about Meg Faremo, the story. So she usually keeps things pretty simple, but she's been inspired by these rookies who are just unapologetically themselves, and in her goal to be more uncomfortable and challenge herself, she is having a little bit more of a flashy look here with the new cleats. And you should know that Meg Faremo does not do anything on accident. Everything is intentional to evolve and make herself better.
Well, Megan Faremo, inspired by Sierra Sacco and Raylan Chafin and Bri Ellis, the rookies.
Well, I tell you, I'm inspired by her right now, just by her focus, her just really pinpointing some pitches here, but also her passion. I know she has it, but it's different when I see it from up here, and it's very intimidating to see her on the mound.
I just think she's determined to come out here and make this series different than what she had last week in the past couple of weekends, because she'd given up 15 earned runs in her last 13 and 2/3 innings pitched in the AUSL, and compare that to her success in the Japan League. She only gave up 9 earned runs in 81 plus innings pitched. So I think she's just determined that how we had seen her the past couple of series was not her, that she wants us to know, that she wants her teammates to know, this is her, this is me.
Yeah, you can feel that. And there's got to be some kind of jet lag coming back and trying to get your feet back planted on the ground, but she's there.
3-2 to Jennings. Jammed her up into shallow right. Aguilar makes the play. 2 quick outs here for Megan Faremo.
What a great pitch. Tough pitch for Tiare to handle, but exactly where she can get an easy out.
Faremo has entered this game after the solo home run by Rachel Garcia back in the 5th and has retired all 5 batters she has faced. Now Deja Mulipola. That is a big league swing right there.
It's a fun look that she had with Kelly Crushman after that swing.
I'm sure the Talons are kicking themselves a little bit that it's still a 2-run game at this point. More pressure on Megan Faremo to keep this a tight game. They had to make the pitching change with Chafin pitching so well after the Rachel Garcia home run, and the Talons have left 9 on base. They've had opportunities to score more, and it's been a tight game.
They've been good situationally, hitting-wise this year, the Talons. We talked about the excellent 2-out hitting, but it just has not been the story tonight. They've left 9 on base. Still, they lead by 2 runs.
And no 2-out hits in this game for either team. 0 for 9 between both teams.
It's going to change, Amanda.
It's going to change.
About to change.
It out there right here with Deja.
No, everything I've said has not come true, so I hope I can be right on this. I want a close, exciting finish.
Y'all see, now you're feeling it as a broadcaster. It's like when you're out in the field, you love the run rules, the quick game. When you're up here, it's like, no, we want a close game. We want it to come down to the end.
Next time we're up here and you're up 8 on somebody in the 4th inning, we're going to look at you and say, no, no, no.
I'm thinking about us.
Close games.
They will not be looking up at you at all.
Got her looking at a big fist pump from Faremo, her 3rd strikeout and just the 6th batter she's faced.
doing it, you guys, that she came into this game, 3 strikeouts, looking determined, had Raylan Chafin, the rookie's back. What a relief outing by Megan Paramo. Garcia has made some big pitches and some big moments in her relief outing. She's gone 4 innings up to this point with 3 strikeouts, and this off-speed drop ball is getting hitters to continually chase. She's looked strong coming in relief of this starter, Sam Shao.
What a great competitor and trying to keep her team in the game. So that's what you expect from Rachel Garcia. It's Paramo and Garcia, knowing that they were at UCLA at the same time, was a nightmare for any hitter. So it's great to see them against each other, doing what they were doing in college.
Paramo was a freshman on that 2019 national title team as Tori Vidales gives Tiare Jennings the easiest play she'll make all season. A rare easy out of Tori Vidales for Rachel Garcia. Caroline Jacobsen. Garcia trying to go quickly here in the top half and give her team one last boost when they come back to the plate. We've seen swings and misses in every quadrant of the zone.
She's had the best stuff up to this point of the AUSL season. I mean, when you look at her whiff rate compared to everybody else's, her chase rate, she's getting a lot of swings and misses, which is just tough to do with how good the hitters are and how well prepared the hitters are in this league. And she's still doing it. It's the best of the best.
And add her home run in there, and that tells you something that she's very special. You know, the one thing also that I'm noticing, I see it a little bit more on TV than on the monitors here, but the hitters are really taking big breaths and really kind of trying to calm themselves. And I'm noticing that throughout the league, that the breathing has really become a big part of their play on the mound and at the plate.
You've noticed it, you've made quite a few comments about presence and energy and just the intangibles when it comes to things like that. Is that something that you pay attention to when you're recruiting too?
Yeah, I do. I look for the maturity of an athlete. Sometimes they get so caught up in the outcome and they don't get what they want, and then everything changes, their body language, everything.
How about a little defense too for Rachel Garcia?
That was a hard hit ball, but that's some great reactions. So just out when I'm recruiting, I definitely am looking for athletes that can handle themselves, just like Rachel Garcia just did. And outcomes shouldn't matter, just keep fighting. And that's what you look for in those athletes on the field.
The question that you hear a lot is, what do college coaches look for in a recruit? So I hope that young athletes are paying attention if they want to play in college, how important that is.
Ali Aguilar with 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 7th. Aguilar out to right field. Piancastel there. 1-2-3 inning for Rachel Garcia. She has been shut down, and she's had the big swing tonight. Their only run of the game was Garcia, the solo shot that might still be flying through the Oklahoma night. She's due up 3rd in this inning. Brand new AU Pro Athletes Marketplace. It's a hub for businesses and fans to engage with AU athletes directly on a variety of individual NIL activities. Go to auprosports.com/marketplace to see how you can support your favorite athletes today.
Campus Corner is where it's at. So after the game, head down to Campus Corner. I'm not trying to pump anybody up over there. I just say it's a fun place to hang out.
You know, you've been here a while, you know.
I have. I don't go there very often, but it is a great place to hang out.
To make our way down there, Amanda.
No, we have a few places we got to try out. We'll be here 3 more games after this one. We have some places to try out.
One more chance for the Volts. Piancastel through the 5-6 hole to start off the bottom of the 7th and bring the tying run to the plate.
I think this is what we've been hoping for, so it doesn't matter when it happens, but it's always fun when it's in the end. So let's see what they can put together here.
Well, I feel like you've seen your teams do that quite a few times, especially this past year, too. Some come to mind. It is fun when it comes down to this last inning, for sure.
Sierra Romero, 0 for 2 tonight.
I think there's something interesting to think about. Well, certainly wouldn't want to bunt here, but you do have Rachel Garcia up ready to swing. So down by 2, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but got to get the ball through the infield. Stay away from the double play ball.
To me, it's going to be all about how Romero throws her screw and curve and locates it off the plate. Not miss on it. It was a pitch that was a decent amount on the plate right there, and you could tell by how hard Romero swung at it.
Sierra's been seeing the ball well. 360 average, 9 hits already. She missed a game too. 1-2 from Romero. Same result.
There's a lot of room in that 5-6 hole. If you could get one through there, you'll set yourself up for Rachel.
That's exactly where Piancastel went. And again, there's that big gap you're talking about. Right side, Romero. Back-to-back base hits here in the 7th to bring the winning run to the plate.
So, Coach, this is what I was talking about with Romero. When she's gotten in trouble, it's been because of the location of her curveball. This is a 1-2 count, and look at the pitch location on this curveball, more right down the heart of the plate. If she would have located that pitch about a ball or 2 balls off, which she is completely capable of doing, maybe get a ground ball to the right side or a weak pop-up to the right side, but Sierra Romero with 2 strikes, going to be protecting, takes advantage of that mistake. And the Volts have something rolling here.
Yeah, that was a great at-bat. And if Sierra tried to pull that ball, she would probably roll over it. So going with the pitch, might have been a missed pitch, but she did a good job of going with it and setting themselves up for the win. Stayed back, went with it. That's a big time at bat. Just not trying to do too much. Putting the winning run now at, let's see, tying run at, let's see, where are we? Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. Who else should be up right now?
Rachel Garcia against her former teammate. They won a national championship together at UCLA in 2019, and Garcia's already hit one to the moon tonight.
Would you think about walking her here?
I'm feeling nervous right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's different up here.
It's so fun. It's the best feeling. But would you think about, I know you moved the tying run to second base, but you make a double play opportunity for your
I don't think that's a bad idea, to be honest.
Michaela Edenfield is the batter on deck. She's going to pinch hit. Garcia watches that pitch in the dirt, 2-1.
I'm wondering if they're trying to throw around her a little bit here.
The Talons are coming off a game which they led 4-1 early against the Bandits earlier this week. And then Aaron Koffel hit a grand slam to beat them 8-4. So they've seen this come from behind style already once in the last few days. And a 2-2 count now.
A good pitch to hit. That last curveball missed a little bit. She's got to be careful with that pitch.
Nobody out. Garcia reaches. Sacco under it. This should score 1, and it will.
It's a big sack for your team. Now you're down by 1, but it's a big clutch opportunity.
A good job by Rachel just to get this pitch to the outfield in the air. It's a good pitch in terms of being off the plate. It was a little bit up, allowed her to elevate that pitch to the outfield for a run, but better off of the plate with 2 strikes by Flippen to get her out.
That wasn't the greatest swing, and she would tell you that, but it did the job. And she's coming in as it's a good team at bat there.
The rookie Michaela Edenfield from Florida State takes ball 1. She has just 2 hits on this young season, does not have an extra base hit yet, but she was a big-time home run hitter at Florida State, double digits every year, finished her career with 53. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Ellie Kretschmann, fortunately, she's still an athlete.
Woo! There's another athlete right there in her prime. That was a hard hit ball.
She was even so far back, too.
It's a smart, I got to remember that. That's where I need to be.
Outside corner, Edenfield, little glance back at Alex Lee, but it's a 1-2 count.
You know, Edenfield walked to the plate, and the fans went absolutely berserk. So she is loved by this crowd.
She bring them to their feet. 2 strikes. Edenfield, right field, corner, it's down. Romero on her horse right now, and the hands are raised. That's going to keep Sierra Romero at third base, which is probably a little devastating because I think she would have scored. The ball went out of play in the corner for a ground rule double.
I think we need to fix that here at Loves, don't we? I think we just found what we need to get fixed. Another almost exactly like Sierra Romero, just going with a pitch down the right field line. Wow, wow. Right on the chalk.
I don't know that was outside the chalk at all. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, landed perfectly on it, yeah. It just looks to me like the Volts are ready for her curveball. She's going to have to work them inside, at least the right-handed hitters with her screw or rise, show them something different. Or a changeup. Where's her changeup been?
From one rookie to another, Clark re-entered to run at second base. So a ton of speed at second base. That's the winning run with another rookie at the plate, Danica Coffey out of LSU. Strike 1.
I know somewhere Kat Osterman, the GM of the Volts, is paying attention to this game. She's not here tonight, but you know she is stressed out wherever she is paying attention to this game.
Catches the outside corner. Coffey didn't like it, but that's strike 2.
Yeah, anything she can do to get the ball through the infield is definitely going to tie the score. It's not going to take a lot. Just got to find a way to work it through here.
1-2. Big swing and a miss. And there's 2 outs now for Flippen and company.
Big, big, big out. Wow. What a great pitch. Bring her eyes up. Makes her want to chase it. Love that stuff from the pitchers, firing up her team.
They said no thank you to Amanda Lorenz. An intentional walk to load the bases for the leadoff hitter, Lorenz, and it's going to be a rookie coming to the plate out of Texas, Mia Scott.
Well, this is clutch on clutch right here. And you've got a veteran versus a freshman newcomer here. This is really, really going to be a fun battle to finish this game one way or another.
Is it Mia Scott's first rookie moment, or is it Flippen slamming the door shut? Ball 1.
And these are the moments that Mia Scott is just so good at. Something has to give here.
I've seen her in some big situations, and she's always ready for it.
The nation saw her hit a grand slam in Game 3 of the Women's College World Series. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Has just one professional hit. 0 for 3 tonight.
It's not going to matter if she can find one here.
Big cut from Scott. 2 strikes. Game on the line. 2-2.
Just missed.
This crowd is into it. Another 2-strike pitch from Megan Faremo. Inside, ball 3.
That was a tough one to take right there.
You gotta go screw here.
3-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded.
Back to the curveball.
What a great game. I'm loving this. It feels so good to be on this side and not have your heart beating out of your chest in the dugout.
Another full count pitch. Inside, got her. Megan Faremo closes the door. And the Talons hang on.
Coach, she went to that rise ball and just as banking that Mia Scott was going to chase that pitch out of the zone like she did early in the count. If she takes that pitch, it's an RBI, ties up this game. But Megan Faremo, I had a feeling, no, Mia Scott was going to chase this pitch. Great pitch call by Palacios.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's kind of too tough to take, but it did hop really late as it was on its way. So kind of fooled her, but Faremo was really outstanding tonight.
Had to deal with almost no trouble since she entered. Retired the first 5 batters and then had back-to-back singles to lead off this inning, the sac fly RBI, and still able to get out of the jam. Savannah has Megan Faremo on the field.
This is loaded scenario. Not the one you wanted to be in, but where did you dig deep to in that final pitch?
100% my God and my teammates. I have had kind of a rough start coming into this AAU season. Obviously, these are the best hitters in the world, and they showed me that. But tonight, my one and only goal was to focus on what I can do for my team, and that's open my heart and give my all for them.
What is it about this group that you're able to lean in? I see the way you talk to them in the dugout, your catcher in Charlize. What allows you to go in and be a competitor, even when things aren't going your way, to know they have your back?
I think it's that they're actually brave enough to tell me that if I fall, they're going to catch me. And when I make eye contact with each and every one of them on the field, I know they're sending me all the love right back. So to have that safety and that comfort is really incredible.
Meg, it's been a long lead up to the USL season. You played in Mexico, you've played in Japan. You just got here a couple days ago. Where's your game at right now? What do you have your sights set on as we head into the second half of this season with a series to finish out here?
As always, I think my sights are just set on being the best that I can be. There's nothing more that I can do except be my best self. Yeah, it's been a pretty long year, but you know what? That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to face this adversity. I wanted to play as much softball as I could, and I'm just thankful that I'm able to come here and compete with ASL.
Thanks, Meg. Congrats on a great night. We dig the new cleat look, too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Megan Faremo, excellent tonight, closing the door for Howard Dobson and company, responding after blowing a lead earlier this week to the Bandits, and they take game 1 of 4 against the Volts. We're here in Norman all weekend long. Megan Faremo, though, was excellent tonight.
Yeah, and Coach, you saw something different about Megan Faremo, or maybe not different, but you saw something in her whenever she came out and entered this game. What was it?
Well, it started with the cleats, so there's something different about her there. But what I love is her passion, and she was really getting them to chase that ball up out of the zone. What I loved the most was her post-game press conference, and just listening here with Savannah and listening to her comments as just the love for her team, and she's back to the States, and she looks like she's having a blast, and it was a pleasure watching her throw tonight.
Coach, we talked about it off the top of the show, having the Sooners here and the AUSL here. I'll ask you again after a great game like that, for you leading not just Oklahoma but Team USA moving forward, to see this level of competition in the States in a new professional league. How good does it feel? I feel like I'm living a dream, to be honest. I'm standing here with you guys, and thank you for making this very comfortable. I was kind of nervous, very nervous actually, because I'm usually not in this situation, and you guys really helped me through it, so I appreciate that. It was fun to see it and call it, but I'm so excited about the future of softball, and just personally, I'm so unbelievably blessed to be able to have the opportunity to work with some of these athletes and work with the Sooners, and just, I don't know, just here, there's too many things are coming at me that you guys didn't prep me for. We didn't know. Well, it brought a tear to me, but it was an honor to be here, and I'm so excited about softball for the future.
It was an honor to call the game with you. So thanks for just taking a chance and being willing to come up here. A new experience. It was incredible. I thought you did a great job.
You were very helpful. Thank you.
We appreciate you, Coach.
Great partners.
Awesome game tonight in Norman. Still 3 more coming your way. Talons and Volts. Talons take game 1, though, as we near the international break coming up. That'll start on Tuesday. Here's the standings. Bandits up top. They beat the Blaze tonight to improve to 7-2. The Talons right on their heels. This is a big series between the Talons and Volts right in the middle of the AUSL standings. And still a few more games to go. A beautiful stadium, a beautiful night in Norman, Oklahoma, and a special night with our newest partner, Patty Gasso, joining us in the booth. For Amanda Scarborough, Savannah Collins, Casey Carter, Todd Kinsey, and our entire awesome crew, I am Chucky Kemp. We will see you tomorrow.